Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing fantastically well. So at the end of the month, it's time for me to do a review of how much money I made in the month of May, share all the ins and outs of my trading portfolio, and give a real insight into what it's like to be a full-time trader. As I alluded to last week as well, I'm going to go through kind of an overall performance of how I'm managing all of my accounts, not just funded accounts, challenge accounts, as well as my own personal stocks and shares and spread betting accounts. What I've done this week is created a spreadsheet where I've actually got all of the closing values from the week before, what the current values are at the current end of the month effectively, and I've done them a weighting, so some accounts will have more priority based on what I want to focus on that week. So ultimately, out of a score of 100, that would be me gaining 1% per account, and with the scaling of the weighting, that would give me an overall score of 100. So anything better than that, I've had a good week. Anything worse than that, I've actually underperformed effectively. So as you can see from the spreadsheet, I've got all the accounts listed from my FTMO challenge accounts, my Blue Guardian funded accounts, OFP, all the way down to pocket options, which I like to use just occasionally to do some almost little scalping sort of gambling trades on a very small account. But effectively, it does actually give quite good returns if you get it right. So last week, I want to focus primarily on my challenge account with FTMO, $200,000, and my OFP account. Now, OFP account effectively moved up to MaxTrader. So I want to get a feeling for that particular platform, how it's actually working, and how it can actually integrate to my other trading platforms. Also, just want to build on the success from the previous weeks where I got into a overall profit, as well as getting the trader value score below 25 to be eligible for a payout. Now, what I managed to do was get the 2% on that account for that week and get to a point where I'm now due a payout. So next week, I'll scale it right back. I won't trade it as much. I'll put the weighting down to, let's say, 5, and I'll put the increased weighting onto, let's say, DarwinX. I'm trying to make more equity on that account to try and get a track record and get allocation of funding as well. So it's a bit complicated, but hopefully it's going to get simpler as I go forward. The big problem I had this week was on my FTMO $200,000 challenge account. I did actually end up in a negative. It's not as bad as it was. I managed to claw out of that. And stupidly, as always, we get into a trade on the end of the week. If I'd held it, I would have probably got out of the entire drawdown. But as it was going against me to start with, as soon as it came back into profit, I thought, okay, I don't want the stress and hassle of holding this for the rest of the day or even the weekend. I closed everything out. And like all those great things, we are correct on the direction we want to go for. And price of gold sold off and I would have made a nice tidy profit. Again, I'll get it next week. I'm not too stressed, I'm not too worried, but it would have been nice to have closed that week on a profit. So let's talk the entire month of May. Now what I did was I did actually take the payout with FTMO. I wanted to try and get it up to the 4% payout. But I was having a few doubts with the challenge account I was going through, as well as some other trading things. Like, okay, just bank the money. Sometimes it's easier to take the money, bank it, and move on next month or even next quarter, how things develop in your own trading. So I took that payout, which was just under $2,000. So that equates to £1,587 in my account. Not too bad. Outgoings wise, I just bought the FTMO $200,000 challenge account. I did it with a 20% discount, so it wasn't the full price. So that came in at £744. So again, not massive outgoings in terms of it. I have no subscriptions for anything trading. It's just what I'm paying for challenges. Again, the money's not lost. It's held there until I pass, and then I'll get that money back when I actually take a payout. So overall, in the month of May, I made a total profit of £843. Not great, but it is still a profit and things are moving in the right direction. Already, I've got profits banked for June, which is the $1,200 or so I'm going to take profit split with OFP. Hopefully I'll be able to get a bit more traction on my FTMO account and start trading that one potentially towards the end of June to take some profits on that one. Again, if I don't, I'm not too worried. I'm working on lots of other things on other accounts right now that are a priority, and I'll come back to that maybe in July, August time. Like I say, it's not easy being a full-time trader. There are so many other distractions coming our way. Again, I've been busy the past month doing a lot of other projects and making sure they are being closed out and finished before I can move on to other things. The distraction gets into your head, and before you know it, when you are looking at taking some significant profits, that can easily go into break even or even to a loss. So I'm still satisfied the way things are going. Yes, I'm behind what my overall targets for the year wanted to be. I've not made the profits I wanted to in the past couple of months, but overall, I'm not stressing by that. I'm hoping to build on these strategies and build towards the second half of this year and really push myself forward and get those payouts I know I'll be able to achieve. And I hope that's given some inspiration to everybody watching that some months are good, some months are bad, some months are break even or even small profits. But ultimately, as long as we're all moving in the right direction, we are keeping track of our records, keeping track of our data, and able to have a quantitative reason for how our performance is going. And that's why I've now got my performance tracker, and I'll be able to share that week in, week out now, and how everybody's actually, how all my accounts are doing, not just the big funded accounts that everyone's more interested in, even the smaller accounts where I can see the equity growth and hopefully transition away from working with prop firms for now and doing trading on my own equity. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll catch you again very soon. Cheers.